Rochester. It's your host, E.
And Shawny. And you are now tuned in to the one and only 585 Report.
We bring the dopest vibes,
Ayo.
shed light on women empowerment,
Ayo.
and local businesses.
Yes.
So without further wait,
let's get into it. Make sure you're locked in and tuning in on all social media platforms. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at 585 Report. If you are not on social media, link us on the TuneIn app on 100.9 WXIR Extreme Independent Radio. Let's go.
Yo, we got the boy Chris Thomas in the building.
Y'all give me such good intros.
Yes, we are always happy when you join us.
For real.
You bring the toxic energy.
You bring the energy.
And we also have Whitney from Crafty Editions. How are you?
I am blessed. I can't complain.
Yes, please don't. We want good vibes, good energy.
I am
You know?
blessed. Yes.
I'm
alive. I'm well. I'm not sick.
Made it through a pandemic.
Oh,
Amen.
It's like a year anniversary on.
yeah.
I know.
Yeah, it's coming up. It's like March 17th, right?
Yes.
Ish. Yeah.
I remember when they had a meeting in my school and they were saying that, you know, it's a possibility of schools closing down. I'm like, yeah, right. Then how about to close schools down?
Right.
Next thing you know, school shut down, working from home.
Hey,
Yes. And then I was talking to Whitney before saying that, you know, that first month, you get to wake up and work from home, go straight to your computer. Month 2, I'm like, I'm over this.
I struggled the first month.
Did you?
Listen, trying to be a parent and all my other responsibilities, and then we were trying to mentor online. I was like, I need to get back in the building.
And students didn't want any part of it.
At all.
Like, because my role was to help students. This was their senior year, and I'm helping them try to get to college, fill out college essays, do all that stuff that you need, FAFSA, all of that. And you think they would answer phone calls?
That's vacation.
I was gonna say, I feel like it was like a vacation for some. Like, this
They
is
checked
great.
out. They mentally checked out. But you gotta know, students were dealing with their own things, you know, being away from school. For so many of them, school is their safe haven, their safe place. So, and that was taken away from them. So I kind of felt bad, especially for the seniors, because that's supposed to be their, you know, their final year. But here we are. We got a vaccine in place, and you know, things are opening up, and let's hope soon things go back to what, you know, whatever normal is going to be.
And we got some strengths and skills that we did not have, or at least I'll speak for me, that I did not have last year. So.
Yes.
For sure. All right, so we want to get into this interview. Talk to us about Crafty Editions. How did you get started?
Crafty Edition began with solely waist beading, and it was just something, I honestly don't even remember how I came across waist beads, but I was just like, oh my god, these are so great. And then I remember researching, I'm like, colors mean things? This is amazing.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
Talk to us about
Colors.
more.
So like black is, people think black is such a bad color, but it's
Okay.
not. It's like elegance, it's like just greatness embodied in the color. Purple, we all know purple is royalty. Red is the color of love. In African tradition, like pearl is, it will stimulate fertility. Like that's what they think it will do. So I was just reading those things, and I'm like, this is so dope. Like it's obviously it's culture.
Hold on. You said pearl?
Pearls.
So if a woman come over and she got some white waist beads on,
Send her home.
Or
make
you know what's
shoot
happening?
up. I should be laughing right now. I just wanted to make sure I was clear on that.
It's, you know, colors mean different things. You know, yellow, brightness, sunshine. It's just, it was just so dope to me. So I was like, you know what, I really want to wear them. So for a few years, I just was making them and wearing them and, you know, gifting them to my family. Just explaining them, because at that point, my grandma was like, what are you doing? And I was just explaining like, da-da-da-da-da. She's like, whatever. But after a couple of years, and with encouragement, I was like, you should probably sell these. But when I first started, all those years ago, my daughter is 7, so I want to say she wasn't even here yet. So it was probably like 8 or 9 years ago. In Rochester, like nobody really was checking for waist beads.
Okay.
So for a long time, it was really just a hobby, and I was fine with that because I bead every single strand is bead by bead with these little fingers. I don't use a beater, don't use anything else. So it was very therapeutic. So it started off that way, and then I would pick it up and put it down, and pick it up and put it down, and then last year in probably June or July, someone reached out and was like, I'm about to go on this weight loss journey. I need these beads. And I'm like, I got you, sis. And I did. I made her some. And then actually it was Nene from Sisfit. And then she went out there and she started telling her sisters, her fitness sisters, and they start coming. And then I was like, you know what? This is a sign. Like, I need to push. And all summer 2020, it was waist beads, waist beads, waist beads, waist beads, child. I was the waist bead dealer. Okay.
No, for real, for real.
Yeah, I was a waist bead dealer, and I loved it. Like I love talking to different women from all walks of life. And that's another thing they do. They help you. It's a way to keep track of your weight without actually stepping on a scale, because that scale can be so disrespectful for us women. So it's a way to keep track of your, your waist size without stepping on the scale. So it was great talking to women, all different women from all walks of life, and just listening to their journey and what their expectations were, and then just making them feel sexy. Because they do that too. Like, it's like, I know what mom, and I'm like, oh, I can't conquer the world today, baby. But it was just, I really love making women feel beautiful. So then, in addition to the waist beads, I started doing earrings. And that started as kind of like a hobby, just something else to do during the pandemic, or panini, whatever you want to call it. I started doing the earrings, and it was fun. It was something new. It was also therapeutic because now we have all this extra time at home. And outside of parenting, you need to find an outlet. So it was the earrings, and then I'm like, well, let's try to sell these too, because these can make women feel beautiful too. So here we are. I'm a waist bead dealer and now an earring dealer.
Hi. I like that, waist bead dealer, earring dealer.
Yeah.
So I actually had the honor to meet you after me, because I was a part of Sisfit as well, and I remember her like, hey, I got a sister, she makes waist beads, and I was so thirsty. But I like how like the universe kind of like just bring people together, because even meeting you when I was in your home, like you were just so empowering, so inspiring. But I never knew like colors meant like was so significant. But your presence alone, like, just made me want to keep coming back. Like, oh, I want more. But I like how you mentioned it's great for weight loss too, because even for me, as I went on my weight loss journey, that was how I measure my waist. Like, once those waist beads start falling, I'm like, Whitney, they're falling. I need more.
And I love it. I love it.
But I agree. Like, it does allow or help women contribute to, our confidence and our self-esteem, because there was times where I'd be looking in the mirror and I felt sexy. Like, the color's white, the gold, things like that. So
Shawny was on my color pad.
Yes. Red.
Yeah.
So I really admire that about you.
Thank you.
Where did you get your inspiration from behind your designs?
So this is the thing. When someone orders, I ask them, do you have any specific colors that you want or don't want? They tell me sometimes, and when they say, no, just do what you want, I'm like, yes. So I'm like, yes, let me be creative. Like, I love when they say do what you want. And usually I just, like, a lot of them, they tell me about themselves. Like, I had one lady, she was like, I'm a grandmother, I love earth tones, I love my grandkids, I love to cook, I love to da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, I got you. And I made her a set, and she was like, oh my God, this is exactly what I wanted. And it was just me. So my process is, I'll let you know, so give me a couple days, because I need to be in good spirits, and I need to feel it. So I can't just go and pull all my beads out and then just start making them. No, I need to be inspired. So I'm sitting here and I'm sitting in front of all my beads, and I have this beautiful spirit, because when I tell you 99% of my customers are beautiful spirits. Like, they are so nice. So I'm like, this lady gave me this energy, this vibe. She said she wanted bright colors. Boom. Like, it's just, like, I can't really even describe it. It's just I go into a zone and I just start creating. And I think maybe in these last few years, I think I scrapped maybe like 3 or 4 that I was like, that's not good. Or I'm like, ugh, I'm not feeling this. But usually I'm like, I'll make it and I'm like, this is it, sis. And she be like, this is it, sis. I'm like, good. So.
What about the earrings? Like, where do you get your inspiration behind your designs for your earrings?
I'm not gonna lie, earrings that didn't come as naturally, so I did look a lot on Pinterest, and I'm like, this is cool, but this is not for my audience. So I felt like I needed to make something for my audience, which is like, usually it's a brown girl. She's between 25 to 45. She is a working woman, but she likes to have fun. So I'm like, I need to find something. Like, at first I was doing like arches, and I'm like, that's cute, but we need something else. So I'm like playing with colors and doing all of this stuff, and then like I like literally maybe like a month ago, I was like, I need a signature earring. So then I made the wire wrap my signature earring.
Oh, the black one.
No, they come in a few different colors, but yeah, the wire wrap. Oh my gosh, and I was so excited. I'm like, this is professional, because it comes in 3 sizes. I'm like, this is professional in the smaller size or the bigger size, or whatever your job is. This is professional. It's sleek. You could wear it every day, or you could wear it when you go out. Like, this is it. And I'm like, this is something that I'll wear. Like, that's another thing. I only make things that I would wear or could wear, because I kind of got a color palette. So I do things that I would wear, and I feel like my audience would appreciate. So it did take some time for me to find an actual style of clay earrings. They're polymer clay.
So what are some of your more popular items?
Waist beads are still like the thing. A lot of them that offer stretch cord and I offer tie cord. With my sisters who are doing them for losing weight, they usually like the tie-ons because they want to be held accountable. Because those ones they don't really give, and you know they let you know when you're losing weight or when you're gaining weight. And then for my earrings, all of my earrings, I don't have a popular style because they're literally all one of a kind. Like, I make one earring and that's that. Like, I don't know, you're not about to see nobody else with your earrings on. Like, for the signature ones, you probably see people with, you know, with the style because it's a signature earring. But all the rest of my polymer clay earrings is one and done. I'm not recreating, I'm not mixing colors again. It's yours, sis. You got it.
That's dope.
Thank you.
You're so creative. Thank you. So you also have a blog about whatever I wanted to be about, period, sis. So some of your topics have been Valentine's Day looks, breastfeeding toddlers, and fun activities to keep kids busy. So talk to us more about like the topics that you choose since you have been blogging, and yeah, what's your focus?
Whatever I want to be about. So that was the thing. Like, I was like, I feel like I'm a creative, and I feel like this is my Jesus year. I have to live and walk in my purpose, and I can't be in a box. Repeat that. This is my Jesus year. I'm 33 years old. Like, I need to live and walk in my purpose, and I feel like I'm here in part to make women feel beautiful, empowered, and I'm like, I can do this. So I don't want my blog to be about just one thing. It needs to be about whatever I want it to be about in that moment. Like, if I'm feeling like me breastfeeding my 2-year-old, that's what we're gonna talk about. If I want to give you some looks if I want to give you a little drip for Valentine's Day, I'm gonna give you a little drip. And like the first, and then the other one was the kids, right? The activities, fashion, beauty, fashion, lifestyle, and family. That's the things that are closest to my heart. So those are the things that I write about the most. And because it's something that I want to write about, I do it so fluidly. Like, it's effortless, you know, like, it's not work. It's just what I want to do, and I love it.
I never heard nobody refer to like their birthday as like their Jesus year.
Jesus year.
Like, I've heard my Kobe year, like my Jordan.
24.
I've never heard Jesus.
23. Even the Jordan year.
Oh yeah.
No.
They normally go by like a famous, well, for men, go by like famous players. So Kobe 24 when they turn 24.
Yeah, this is my Jesus year. 33.
Jesus year.
That's crazy.
Let's make it a good one. I'm like,
I love it though, because you're not confined, one, and I also believe in, you know, whoever and whatever you are, whatever your purpose is, you're going to basically attract whoever is intended for that message.
Yeah.
So it's like if I want to talk about my kids today and myself tomorrow, whoever needs to read this about kids is going to be able to receive this message, but you're not confined or restricted to just specific topics.
Right.
And you walking in purpose.
I love it.
I love it.
It feels so, it's so good. It's so empowering. And it's just like, I feel great. And I'm happy. Like, I am happy doing it.
You're
Like,
so inspiring.
thank you so much.
No, you really are.
Yeah, funny. Alright, so talk to us about what's next. What is next for you?
I'm still, like I said, it's my juice year. I'm trying to make it a good one. So I'm still conquering fears. And I want to start a podcast. And I want it to be called Road to Marriage. Okay. And I feel like that's the topic.
We were just talking about
I want it to be called Road to Marriage, and I really just want it to be about, you know, the process of getting to marriage and what it takes and what it is and what can we expect and what can we not expect, or just telling like my experience and not yours. Like I want it to be a whole process. But I'm still working on that one.
Don't take too long.
I know, right?
Take themselves right out of the idea.
That's me.
It's
That's
easy
me.
to just
I know.
get Anchor and just
I know.
Yep, just
No,
get started.
When I tell you I have Anchor downloaded on my iPad and I just look at it every day like, it says, do it.
It's
Yeah.
so easy.
Like,
People want the right equipment, they want the fancy boards and all that. No. Get started, get your message out there, because then that kind of holds you accountable. Because if you say I'm gonna drop a pod every Thursday, and then people are looking, hey Whitney, I'm looking for your pod. Where you at? Where you at, sis? So yeah, just do it.
The hardest part is definitely just doing it, honestly. And then Anchor made it so easy, like.
There's no excuses.
Right, none at all.
No excuses at this point. Like, you got an iPad, let's go.
It reminds me of the meme where it's like, start the podcast, sis. I'm gonna actually look for it and send it to you. Start the podcast, sis.
Oh my God.
All right, one last question. How can people find you on social media?
All right, on social media, I have Instagram. I have a personal account and a business account. My personal account is Whitney Jamil. That's WHITNEYJAMIL, and that's also my Facebook page for my business. And then Crafted Editions is what I am also on Instagram, and that's CRAFTEDEBITIONSNY, and that's on Instagram. That's where you find all my work, and that's waistbeads and earrings. It's a mashup.
She spilled it out for y'all.
Right.
Crafted Editions.
This with the letters though, like.
When I gotta spell my company out, it's like it spelled a little different, but she spelled it out like, look.
Maybe they ain't get the enunciation. Let me spell it for you.
Alright, we're gonna take a quick break. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's 100.9 585 Report.
There you go.
Yeah, he's scared Tiana.
Like, when you have your pull back.
You can see that forehead, right? And then this light right here is this.
It's like, yeah.
No, your eyes look,
Y'all are so
your
funny.
eyes look beautiful.
Do that, Shawny. You are so sweet.
Yes. But it's upstairs.
Upstairs? I'm like the holder. That's how that's electrical. Don't get electrocuted, buddy. Yeah, we good.
Come on. You just did a feature.
Y'all got a business.
I told you the first time I met you, your voice is so soothing.
Change my password. I get the good with password. You know I get the last.
You said what is it? You said I can go to you, right?
Shawny.
Back to the streets, did you back to your old hood?
Alright, we are back. You tuned into the 585 report. If you are just joining us, make sure you run it back. Run it back about 2 or 3 minutes. Well, matter of fact, run it about 15 minutes, and you'll see our interview with Miss Whitney from Crafty Editions. We want to get into this couch. So I'm happy that we got a male perspective actually in the building. This your music. You didn't put the.
Oh, Chris about to snap. He about to snap. I just really Chris about to snap.
I don't be caring about Facebook blocking my videos. I'm gonna play my music. Y'all know I don't own music at this point. If y'all still being petty, blocking people's music for that, like,
it's why.
Sorry, listeners.
Alright, so when on the couch we always talk about something that we seen on social media related to life, family, and relationships. So this was the post that I saw. And then you guys can chime in and give your thoughts, views, and opinions, which are not that of 100.9 WXIR Extreme Independent Radio. Alright. So the worst thing you can do to a man is to give him affection when he's looking for solutions. Men aren't interested in feeling better before doing better, and this is why affectionate gestures get rejected when he's in a solution-oriented mind state. That man can't receive your love and affection until he believes a solution or direction has been identified and agreed upon as worthy and valid. I don't make the rules, I just observe them. Y'all be safe in these relationships.
Not my man, he want the affection.
I was gonna say, what's that I need that in English. I need that in English. Like I need a summary of that.
Look, with the Crafty creations or waistbeads, okay? He want the affection.
Oh, that's a fact. I don't know what you're saying.
Tell him what you know.
So we're saying she's not right. Are you saying she's not right?
I feel like it's individualized. I mean, it depends. Like some men, I feel like this is more of a woman though. My personal opinion. Like there's times where my husband will sometimes want to show me affection, and I need a solution. Like I said, in my head, I still kind of got an attitude because I'm like, we didn't solve anything yet. Right. Like before you rub up on me and all of this, like I need us to talk and make sure you understand what I was saying or whatever. But I don't know. My husband, he's a Cancer. He can be passive sometimes too. So
I think this is better served if we go like case by case basis. Give us an example. Like give us what happened? Did I just get fired? Was it something serious? Because like, what, can women do both? Like, come on, we high value men. We is trying to strive for the best. So if you can't give me affection and kick me in my ass
I told y'all he was about to snap.
If you can't kick me in my butt at the same time while giving me affection, then you're not the one for me. But women don't do that no more. You can't do both. Like, come on.
So I think when this so I can't even remember what
ask the question and then chuckle afterwards.
I don't even remember what the meme actually looked like or what the background for this. But when I thought about it, I thought about maybe a situation that happened between them, and maybe she was trying to like get him to get over it by like rubbing up on him, and like Shawny said, like no.
Yes, okay. I think we could make this real easy. Okay, so like a lot of times women think that sex is an apology. That meme gives me the energy like this trying to say sex is an apology. It's the first thing I was like, let's put it in English. English, I think that's saying sex is an apology. What? Sex isn't an apology. You can't just be wrong, do something wrong, and it goes both ways, men and women too. But like, you can't be like wrong and then laying in the bed next to your wife, your significant other, and then like women be like, oh, when I scoop back, it's supposed to mean something like. What am I supposed to be happy that I got some?
That's sorry.
See, that's what that means. What sorry is I apologize. This is how I'm going to do better, and I didn't mean to make you feel that way, and this is how I'm going to do better. Now we can get into that, and it shouldn't even be no scoop back action. It should be turn around action. But if you the scoop back time, yeah, just straight turn around. But if you're going to scoop back after the apology. Because, I mean, you ain't even going to have to school back after that apology. After that apology, you're going to be like, oh, man, yeah, come here, girl.
But I feel like I get what this person is saying, because sometimes we do, and I know not Atiana 35, but younger Atiana would will gloss over a problem really quickly and just move forward. But right now, I'm solution oriented. Like, if we are dealing with something, I want to know what did we agree upon. So moving forward, this is what we talked about. Don't rub up on me. Don't hey baby me. Don't boo, all of that. No. What's the solution? What are we agreeing upon? So like moving forward, we don't have the same issue.
Ain't women more like that anyway? Ain't
well, that's
women
what I'm saying. I feel like
come here, baby. Yo, it's okay.
No, I feel like men are like that.
Okay. I mean, I like it.
But I feel like this isn't just in like, I feel like this is me in all my relationships though. Like, if I had an issue with Whitney, I can't just go back to like, hey boo, hey sis, without really having like a solution base. That's just me in any relationship. Like, I can't put a Band-Aid over something and act like
you need that closure.
I need that closure, but that was how I was raised. Like, we always came to the table when we were younger and we talked about things and we moved on. So if I don't talk about it, even in my relationship now and my friendships, if I don't talk about it, you gonna know something bothering me because I wear it in my sleeve. So like I need to talk about it, and then it's like, okay, let's move on.
But I think a lot of people are raised that way.
And I'm not necessarily like that in friendships.
Like, I just love what she just said. Like, some people, it's what we were talking about in our podcast, high standards versus being spoiled. But it's all about
how you was brought up.
Yeah, how you was brought up. Like, some people may have been brought up being pacified instead of actually being apologized to. Like, some parents, and I don't got no kids, let me not get to like talking like I'm a super parent. But like, I know some parents, like, they don't apologize to their kids, they just buy them gifts. You know what I'm saying? Like, they think they're too big to apologize. Like, I mean, I'm a grown person, I buy your food, I'm gonna say I'm sorry for it. So that could be how that manifests itself like that. You know, they could be, maybe that person don't care too much. Like, I don't think they saying it's wrong to apologize, but what may be more important to that person is that you're actually just giving them a gift, making them feel better.
And that may be the way they apologize. Like, that's probably the way they was brought up, or, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I feel like we're all conditioned to something, like our childhood, and we break habits or whatever. So not showing affection and not actually coming out and saying I'm sorry was probably what they learned or was taught.
Like a love language.
Love language.
Like, go back to what you were saying, how even in friendships, for me, like, because I've always struggled with friendships. So if someone has wronged me or I feel like it was wrong, I'm more easygoing now. Like, I'm like, okay, I never know what kind of space they were in when they said that. I don't know what's going on in their life, and I just charge it to that instead of saying this person is doing me wrong and stuff like that. Because I take myself out like the center of it, like thinking all about my feelings, and I try to, you know, not internalize it, personalize it, and I'm just like, okay, it is what it is. And if they want to come back to it, not if it's a big thing, but like just small things, small offenses. I'm trying to think, like, say if I have a gathering and the person says like, oh, I can't make it or something like that. Like, I don't take stuff personal like that. Like, before I really used to, because my feelings would be hurt, but right now I just be like, okay.
Yeah, I think it definitely depends on the situation, but I think that, like, even when you say like you don't internalize it and you you give your friend the benefit of the doubt, basically. I still feel like it's good to have that conversation because that's you understanding that friend. You see what I'm saying? So now it's like I understand you. Like, I'm not gonna internalize it, but it helps me understand you in general. Rather, it's another situation, it may look a little different, but I don't take it personally. But I just still feel like that. I don't know. For me, I just need closure. Like, I need to. It's always a why. And even if I was or if I wasn't hurt, I want to know why, because I may do something to offend you and I want you to be able to come to me and talk about it because I may not even know if I'm offending you or hurting you. So that's the only way that we progress in any relationship is communication.
It's touchy though, because like in that situation, I could see like sometimes it's just good to just dead it. Because if you really try to push it, exactly. Because if you like try to push it, they're going to be like, it's not that. I said I couldn't make it. Like I told you, Shawny came up. Like, and then he tell her like, nah, like why couldn't you make it? Like, you said you was like,
But before I used to be that person, like every little thing would hurt my feelings because I feel like I'm such a good friend. Like I feel like, you know, if I rock with you, I'm rocking with you. Like, say if an opportunity come up, I'm plugging you in. If your birthday come up, I'm tricking on you because you're my friend. That's just
trick.
Yeah.
She did like that.
with the super.
He likes spending money too.
But that's just how I am, and I found that I've been in situations that it really hasn't been reciprocated with, like, friendships that I've had. So I just I don't expect what I give out anymore. Not in friendships. Not in friendships. I just don't.
That's deep.
But should you? I feel like you should.
I feel like
I feel like you absolutely
I think you should expect reciprocation, but when you do something, you should do it
from your heart.
Without expecting nothing back.
Right.
If that
That's
makes
hard.
sense.
It's
That's
hard.
how it's easy to say.
It's
But
so
I think
hard.
that, because if you're doing something for somebody, like
It should be from the heart. You shouldn't
and
have
it
anything
shouldn't
back.
be like, okay, I did this for you, so you got to do this for me. But it should be, I put myself out there for you, so you better be willing to put yourself out there.
I would expect the same.
Should be, but
Yeah.
all right. So
That's a
that
whole
was
topic by itself.
I know we could go on and on and on. Shawny, you gotta touch on friendships. I'm just waiting for that.
All right, I'll make sure I note that. Friendships.
All right, so we're gonna talk about some local and national news. The vaccine doses are available to teachers. So when I read that, and I was like, geez, I felt like teachers should have been like sooner, because schools just opened back up. I mean, schools have been back open for a little bit now, so I feel like it should have happened sooner, but it happened nonetheless. 1,100 Pfizer shots will be made available next week for teachers, members of the RTA, and Rochester Association of Paraprofessionals. So that's something that is good. Something that I read that I was a little nervous about. Mask required signs are coming down after Texas and Mississippi lifts coronavirus restrictions. So one of their what is it, the governor? What is it? I can't remember who it was, but he went to Twitter and said everything is 100% open.
In Texas, yeah.
Texas, yeah. And so I don't know how I feel about that. So I eventually want to get to a space where it is 100% open.
Right.
I just
Business is not having it though. They said you still gotta wear your mask when you come in. They're not letting people in.
so business owners aren't necessarily. They said okay. So the governor said one thing, but I'm saying another thing.
You can't. Yeah, you don't have to have a mask on when you come in.
Yeah. So I was really shocked by that, but they saying some other states are about to start falling in line.
I think the world is just too ready to get back to whatever normal is. Like, let this.
I am ready.
Out. You gonna take your mask off?
I am ready. However, I don't think we're there yet.
No, I don't think we're there yet either. I'm ready for when it's time. I just don't think right now. Like you just said, we just hit the year anniversary. It was a pandemic. Like, people died. Like,
I adapt so easily. It's like I'm almost used to this at this point.
Yes.
I'm almost just sad. It kind of shows you how easy it is to get humans to like follow a program. But I'm definitely used to it now. But I think we like a year away probably. A year away before it's like.
Okay, I agree. I think about a year you could take off your mask. I honestly, like, just still give me the heebie-jeebies. Like, I still don't think I'll go to the store and wear a mask without a mask. Like, just so many people, like, like, I literally, before the pandemic, I watched people come out of the bathroom and not wash their hands. So, like, I know that y'all still nasty. Y'all was nasty then. Y'all probably still gonna be nasty now. And then when there is a little bit of normalcy, you're gonna be nasty still. So, I can't.
Yeah. But they attribute it to cases are declining, hospital, people being in the ICU is all declining in both of those states. So they're saying, okay, and then plus the vaccine is available. So they're basically saying we're going to get out of the business of telling people what they can and cannot do. So that's why they are pushing for the full reopening.
I respect it.
Could it be that numbers are declining because people are wearing masks?
That's right.
And then when you take the mask off and the numbers go back up, like, then what happens?
We just knew it was gonna be Texas. That was.
Oh, for sure.
I
thought
Florida. Yeah. Texas was number 2 to Florida. Florida got hit so bad. They like.
Yeah, they was on the beach and partying. And
oh yeah, and I heard they still doing it too. So, and I heard that the COVID shot is really difficult to get down there. Somebody that I know, her mom is in Florida, and she had been working 3 different ways of trying to get a shot, from a tablet, a computer, and a phone. Like between the 3 things, making a phone call, doing it on the internet, and doing it from her tablet, like trying to get an appointment. But she finally did, but she had been doing that for like a couple weeks. So that is what's going on with that. Stimulus payments. Everybody who was getting them are not going to get them the second time around. They closed the it's earning up to $75,000, and they cut it off completely at $80,000. So it's going to be 3.5 million households that received one in December that won't qualify this time around.
Oh wow.
And that's a lot of households.
It's, you know what though? It's really not. I don't want to go off. No, I don't want to go off on a tangent. But this is to my point that I always make with people. Like, especially our culture, we try to act richer than what we are. And to me, what that number screams to me is that people aren't really getting money like you would think. Because $80,000 only, like, as much as people talk about how they get money, $80,000 a year, everybody should be making that. That ain't even 100K. So nobody should be getting a Stimmy, right? So when I see out of 300 million households, there was only a 1%, 3.5 million just got knocked off with that 80,000. I would think it would be a lot more since everybody getting money. But that just shows you that
everybody's talking about getting money.
Yeah, it just shows you what the numbers say. Actually, we just living in poverty, trying to get generational wealth. So stop living above your means, people. That's just what I get out.
True. So still families that do not receive a direct check, they're still going to reap some of the benefits, even though they'll get the tax care credits for children and child care under the new stimulus package. So that's something that is positive, even though they don't qualify for. And something that I was kind of happy about is LeBron James is going to be the new Michael Jordan in Space Jam. There's a new.
She's so excited.
I am, because I like LeBron James. I'm a LeBron James.
I like Bron too, but that's...
Yeah. So a new Space Jam is gonna come out, and yeah, he's gonna be a bigger. He was approached before about it, and he said nah because it's replacing Mike.
Yes, he should have.
Yeah, he said
that bad. They double back with the bigger bag. He's like, all right, So his wife was like, yo,
take that.
Space Jam is just like a classic. Like,
he can't mess it up.
Like, but I don't even think he can top it though. Like Michael Jordan, like.
Yeah, but he's.
Look at you trying to take up. Go ahead.
It's coming out. It's coming out.
That's her boy, right?
I'm excited. And they got some other cameos from who else? Anthony Davis, Chris Paul, Draymond, Kyle Kuzma, all of them. So I'm excited about that.
That'd be nice to watch though.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break and then we're gonna come back with Shameless Shawny.
Stop the video this time.
Yeah.
Always listen. It's the first thing that pops up on my phone. Always listen.
I told you. Facebook. Always listen. my report. If you just tuning in, you missed the interview with our good friend Whitney. Make sure you run that back, and then we also talked about some local and national news. And now we're gonna get into this Shameless Shawny segment. Shawny, take it away, girl.
You hear this beat, you already know what time it is, all right? It's your girl, Shameless Shawny. This segment will be brought to you weekly, shamelessly exploring real-life conversations, topics, scenarios, and or quotes related to women empowerment. So make sure you stay locked and tuned in to receive some empowering, inspirational messages, all right? All shamelessly. All shamelessly. Listen, first of all, Shameless Shawny is like physically here, but mentally, I don't know where she at, all right? But first, I want to say, it would be me, like my husband called me a narcissist sometimes, but it would be me to do a shout out, right, for me. But shout out to Shameless Shawny and all of the women that I had on our women empowerment photo shoot last week. Eve was definitely one of them. If you haven't already, go check that out on Instagram at I am Shameless Shawny. But it was just dope vibes. My vision was to really just celebrate International Women's Day month. And so I had a photo shoot with about, what was it, 15? It was about 15 of us. And it was just so inspiring. We just went around before the shoot and we just kind of talked about what we do, our vision of women empowerment, how we can network, and how we can continue empowering one another after the photo shoot. We all shared information and just plan to just continue networking and supporting one another. So I am very proud about that, and just my vision of women empowerment to continue networking with other women. And it wasn't, I'm gonna just put it out there, it wasn't just colored women, like International Women's Day, because women empowerment is so much bigger than celebrating a woman who looks like you, the same color or dressed like you. Like, it was beyond that. So definitely go check that out on Instagram. And shout out to all the women who supported me for that photo shoot. So today is a little different. I'm gonna be honest, I had something planned, but I'm not even gonna talk about it today. I really wanna just like really encourage people, because I feel like as I'm encouraging you all who are listening, I'm encouraging myself. So today was such a rough day for me. Like, when I tell you I wanted to really throw the towel in today, I'm like, I just need to sleep. I need a glass of wine. Like, it was rough. But I want to thank E, I want to thank Chris, and I want to thank Whitney, because even being like beside them and listening, because this is the 585, but we get empowered when we bring other guests on, when we got our guest hosts as well. But I just felt like I needed to push through, and being here, they showed me the reason why I needed to push through. So it was such a difficult day at work, and just a lot of other things going on. I got to pull a muscle over here. Like, sis wanted to stay in bed. But I say all of that to say, surround yourself with just positivity, positive people, and just push through. Like, it's bigger than you. And even when Whitney was talking about her purpose, your purpose is so much bigger than you. When you understand your purpose, you understand your why, and you gotta push through even on those days when you don't feel like it. When you smelling like icy hot, because I definitely smell like icy hot right now. But when you smelling like icy hot and you're just not feeling your best, but when you understand your purpose and you understand your passion, this gives you purpose, this gives you fulfillment, this gives you energy, and you're able to push through. So if you have those days where you want to throw the towel in, today looked completely different. Even me on the radio today, it looks completely different than when I'm on the radio on other days. My energy may be a little different, but I am here, and I have to celebrate that. I am here. I could have chose to stay in the bed, to go to sleep, or say, E, I can't make it. I'm here. So your day looks different on a day-to-day basis. It may look different on a day-to-day basis, but just try your best. Try your best, show up, call your support system, utilize every experience as a learning opportunity. Me even being here and sitting amongst them is a learning opportunity for me, but I feel so inspired and empowered. So push through. You got this, sis or bro, whoever's watching this, listening, you got this, push through. All right, Shameless Shawny.
That was off the top?
Off the top. Off the top. I literally had something completely different, but I'm like, I gotta speak what's on my heart right now.
Take Shameless Shawny.
So I wanted to give you a shout out because Sunday, child. So when she asked me to be a part of it, I'm like, oh, Johnny, that's dope. So it's different than actually being there, than showing up. You're surrounded by so many positive women. And then sometimes you get in spaces where you see the same people that are being photographed and being, you know, the in crowd, I should say. But it was so many different women. And it was so many different people who did so many different things, so many different experiences. And I'm just mad it was COVID time, so we couldn't just chop it up and did something afterwards. But soon come. I know you put something in the works. But Sunday,
it was a vibe. It was a vibe, sis.
Yes, it was definitely a whole vibe. So shout out to you for bringing. And then, like you said, we all talked about our experiences and what we do. And it was also like a networking thing because as a result of that, you know, I was able to talk to 2 people offline about things that I do. So that was dope. So shout out to Shawny for that.
Thank you for being a part of it. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, and the pictures.
Wait, first of all, did y'all see me in E-Picture? Go check us out, girl. You looking good. Looking good. With the red bottoms.
I was like, okay. And then Jamil was like, and you trying to go on a diet. I was like, I look a good size in this picture.
You look amazing.
So I'm sorry to in my own word. All right.
Me too sometimes.
Right. We gotta hype ourselves up.
All right. So we're gonna get into this Who Knows Our Guest Best segment. And so how this works is we're gonna say this or that, and then you'll give the points on that sheet to whoever guesses correctly, okay?
This is fun.
All right.
I don't like losing.
Yeah, Shawny, you've been winning though.
I like twice though, I think.
The last 2 you won.
Okay.
Okay, so whipped cream or buttercream? I say buttercream.
Butter.
Oh, okay, Chris, get a point.
What is buttercream?
That's the thicker kind.
Yeah, I like buttercream. I think maybe we just like buttercream. That's probably why we
I never heard of it.
Thicker and like sweeter.
Okay. Netflix or YouTube?
Netflix.
Netflix.
YouTube, y'all.
Well, I told you I should have did it last time. She's a creator. So
Okay. Yes, that makes sense. Find your true love or find $50,000. True love.
True love. I'm going whatever
get the
Chris
point.
Hold on, I'm going last next time.
Y'all right, true love.
All right, big party or small gathering?
Small gathering.
Big party.
When did you ever
I feel like big party. I feel like she want to be the center of attention sometimes.
Oh, no.
Sometimes.
Shawny.
Yeah, when, I get it. Like, I can see her in her own little zone. Like, the people I pump with, that's it.
Yeah.
All right, new clothes or new phone?
Oh, that's easy.
I say clothes.
Yeah,
Look at me, it's easy like I know clothes.
Yeah, clothes.
Okay.
I know this one. Rich friend or loyal friend? Loyalty all day.
I'm saying loyalty.
Loyalty, I guess.
Yeah,
Loyalty.
I was just about to say.
Give me the rich friend though.
Work hard or play hard?
Play hard.
Play hard?
I'm gonna say work hard.
I don't even know. I'm gonna say play hard.
Okay.
E, like I got a point. E and Chris.
I don't know who said.
All right, nice car or nice home interior?
Home interior?
Home. Chris winning.
Give up food or give up showering?
This ain't nobody but E. E always throw.
What is this one? Wait, this one is what she would rather give up?
Yes.
I think she would rather get, this is not gonna work, but I'm gonna let y'all.
I'm gonna say food.
I'm gonna say, what you said?
I'm gonna say shower.
I'm gonna say showering too, because if you give up food, you're gonna die.
But it don't say how long.
It don't say. I would rather give up food. Like I love to shower.
Right.
Who said food? I mean, who said?
I said food.
Shawny got that one.
Yeah.
I got
Okay.
Okay. Last one. Full blown mustache for a year or hairy legs for 10 years?
Hairy legs for 10 years.
Oh my goodness.
That is tough.
Yeah, these are crazy questions.
Wait. After the year, do that mustache give me like that little 5 o'clock shadow thing or not?
Right.
It's a mustache. It's gonna be there for a year. What you think gonna happen? And you kind of like yellow. Like what you think gonna happen?
I'm gonna go over 3 years.
What?
I'm gonna go with the legs because you can wear pants.
Yeah, that's why I said legs.
Okay.
Even for 10 years, like 10 years of that.
Yeah, 10 years. I can wear pants for 10 years. I'm fine with that.
So who won?
It's actually a tie between Chris and Shawny.
Oh, that means I lost. That's sad.
That's why I won.
It's not bad for my first time. Not bad.
Okay.
That was fun.
Alright, so we're gonna get into this last segment. Oh, am I recording my segment?
Wait, no more, what you call it? I'm gonna try and pass this to you. There's no more storage on there.
Oh, it's no more storage?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it and then pass it to you.
Oh, no.
Right.
Looks like you only got 8 minutes too.
Alright.
Oh, so my segment is not gonna take 8 minutes. It's gonna take like a minute.
Wanna take a break?
Oh, we can take a break, sure.
Alright, let's take a break, y'all. We'll be back. 585 report.
100.9 WXIR.
Hey, yo.
That was cute. Who thought of the game idea? That was such
Yeah, I like that.
That was so fun.
When we started this, like 3 weeks ago.
We started with Shannon.
Yeah.
I love watching the videos without hearing it sometimes.
Yeah.
Just talk with their hands. And
Man,
yeah.
God, that really motivated me. Just like being here with y'all, even listening to you, like when you're talking about purpose and everything, that really inspired me. I feel like that's just like what happened.
I'd be glad you got out of there. I be like that sometimes.
Well, one, I was about to leave. I thought you literally was like, I'm like, I must have hit no, I'm working so hard. I left home and her took a nap and I come back. But I felt bad. I'm like, you know I'm coming. I'm so sorry. But I told her I wasn't gonna record myself. I'm like, you know what? This might be a message that somebody, you know, that people should listen. And I didn't really flash, but just even being here, like, get this confirmation. It's bigger than you.
It's crazy how when you be in those moods and then you do what you didn't want to do, it's just like a gift.
Yeah.
I'ma tell my friends how much I do for you.
Yeah.
So when I got there, I feel like,
I'm
so glad you did it.
Secrets they just came to me.
Yeah.
And they contradicted everything you claim to be.
Ready to go?
I took you to the club and you loved on somebody that I know. And I know them girls. Same that I do to women when I know. Same that I do to women when I know I used to.
Alright, we are back and we're gonna get into this last segment.
You should lay it down, talk about when you up.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Yo, the show's not over yet. For my current and aspiring business owners, make sure you keep it locked to CCC's Biz Tips with E, a segment for the bosses. Alright, so let's get into this segment. I guess I'm gonna record it.
CCC, Ease. Make sure if y'all didn't already, go check Eve's Instagram out with her elevator speech. That was so helpful.
Oh, what are these lines? Okay. Are these lines normally in here?
Yes, I saw him in there when she was.
Oh, yeah.
On the grid.
Okay.
That's the
Red.
Alright, so 4 benefits of professional networking. I found this on Michael Page. Michael Page. Page is his last name. Alright, so I used to be so anti-networking because it can be like awkward. Sometimes it can be cheesy, like talking to people that you don't know, and then those conversations get kind of stale really quickly. And then it's like selling yourself. I'm like not a type of person who likes to toot my own horn, like I just said. Like I don't like to list off my accomplishments. But despite all of that, like it's very important to network in business so that you are meeting and getting to know people who can assist you and ultimately and potentially help you in return. So some of those benefits include strengthening business connections. So networking is about sharing, not taking. It's about forming trust and helping one another towards those goals. So, you know, say if you have an opportunity and you help someone out, maybe in the long run, if you are ever looking for an opportunity or looking for a job or looking for something, that other person is able to reciprocate to help you to achieve your goals. Another benefit, it gives you fresh ideas. So I was talking to someone who is in the same field as me with my business. He's also a consultant. And I was just looking at some of the tools that he uses when he does his consulting. And it just gave me so much information. It just told me, like, kind of showed me that I'm like kind of hustling backwards. I'm like working too hard. But had I been like, you know, no, we doing the same thing, why would I want to learn from him? Had I had that attitude, like, I wouldn't be able to learn from him. So just exchanging information and experiences is like a key benefit of networking. And you gain new insights on things that, like I said, things that I was working too hard to do, where I just had to put like a simple application in place so that I'm not wasting so much of my time with clients. Another benefit of networking is that you develop long-lasting personal relationships with people. So sometimes you meet someone and it develops into something totally different. So it's not like by coincidence that those relationships go, or connections foster and grow into something else. So some of my relationships with people have just been like, okay, we're talking business, and then next thing you know, this is somebody I'm always going to. They're like more like a mentor. So just keep that in mind, that, you know, these relationships, because you're connecting with like-minded people with similar goals, and they will help to grow and promote your professional network. Last one, you are able to advance your career. Being visible and getting noticed is a benefit of networking. I know, like I said, I used to hate going to like this one BYP event, Black Young Professional event, like all those kind of events. I used to just like didn't like to put myself out there, but you don't know like who's in those rooms, who's in those spaces that can help you to grow your business or get into another position. So go to those events, attend those social events, get your face known so that you know you can build your reputation, and then you offer your information, your business information, to people who may need it. And that is CCC's Biz Tips with E, 4 reasons to network.
I love it. I like hearing, I thought that was great when you said network is about sharing, not taking. And I think oftentimes, even with like you mentioned your experience with being in the same field as someone else, but just being able to network, like it's like I'm not stepping on your toes, I'm not trying to take from you, we can share, I can learn from you, and I can grow. So I love that. For sure, for sure. And I used to be so anti-networking. I used to just like, but I know that that's something that you need to grow and to get your face out there, get your name out there, and continue to be great. All right, Whitney, thank you for joining us. Chris, thank you for joining us. Thank you, Whitney, so much for coming on. Whitney got us something. Thank you.
Whenever we get gifts, it's on days that Chris is here.
Well, that's a fact.
I feel bad about it.
Chris, I'm here with you.
All right, y'all make sure y'all tune in next week, same time, same place.
Hey, yo.
Peace.